Another day, another video. I got a short one for you guys today. We're going to be talking about the gas mileage on the new Jeep Grand Cherokee. So you guys know I went from a 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude to a Charger Scat Pack to a Jeep SRT, which I've had for 2.5 years before trading it in for this guy here, which is a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude, which has roughly 23,000 miles on it. Now, we will talk about that in a separate video, so if you do want to find that, check the channel. It may be out before this or after this, but we'll talk about why I actually got rid of my Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT and into this guy, because obviously very different vehicles, but there is specific reasons and they do make sense when you think about it in the long run. Now, under the hood here, we do have the 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine with tons of power, which is roughly 295 horsepower. It's not really a lot of power, but it does actually have some decent get up and go. If you have driven one of these, if not, definitely go check one out, test drive it, because I think you'll be fairly impressed. A lot of people are pretty stuck on the 5.7, or obviously you dream of the 6.2 or the 6.4. But in this, I am very impressed, honestly. I thought it was going to be a lot slower because this is a bigger vehicle. I mean, it's pretty chunky. It's pretty chunky, but man, this interior is just what really gets me. But it drives so smooth, guys, and it does have plenty of power. Like, you're cruising at 80 and you're barely even on the gas. You don't even notice it. A lot of people kind of, get hung up in the, oh, but it doesn't have the 500 horsepower or 485 or whatever that the SRT had. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. This thing feels a lot smoother, and it's like fairly quick. Like, it's obviously not fast. It's not a sports car or whatever. It's like got 300 horsepower, but it's not slow either. It gets up and goes, and it doesn't have any problem getting where it needs to go, which for me is a very important feature, obviously, if I'm downgrading from that. Now, as soon as I purchased the vehicle the other day, I bought it basically here in Massachusetts, and then I had to drive all the way to almost like the middle of Connecticut-ish, a little bit into Connecticut, I don't know. Basically, it was an hour and a half-ish drive, just instantly, literally as soon as I left the dealership, jumped on the highway and went there from there to a party. And from there, it was a really nice drive. I didn't really feel like I had any worries. It was really smooth. It got up to speed. I pressed sport mode a few times and ripped it a little bit. Even with doing that and kind of testing it, seeing how it felt, we got 26-ish, 26.3 or so miles for that 135, 150 mile drive that I did right away. And to me, that is really, really good. Now, when you think about it, on one of these, you can go ahead and put 87 octane, just regular old gas in it. So I don't have to worry about putting premium in it, which is an additional $1.50 per. But yeah, it's really good, 26 miles per gallon. But you're like, oh, that's a highway, a long distance drive. You're gonna say something like that. I already know there's some guy named Bill watching right now, or Bob, or Steve, or Joe, or something like that. And you're gonna go comment that down below. You're gonna be like, yo, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He used to have an SRT. What, anyways, it does. It's really good. Like, that is really impressive, and that's highway, obviously, but for a vehicle of this size, that's really good. And like I said, I wasn't babying it. I was driving a pretty decent speed and testing it out a little bit on the way home. Now, you're probably wondering, what is the city like? Now, the city, I've been driving it for the past 40 or so miles through the city aspects, and just, driving it in a little bit of normal traffic. And we can see what the trip is looking like. I think we're around 20-ish miles per gallon. I will say this is gonna be a little bit lower because I've been recording videos all day for the past 2 or so hours. And yeah, so it's been sitting here idling while I kind of figure things out. But I will say we still are gonna have a decent number here. On the average overall, we're at 18.7 miles per gallon. And if we go on down here, we're at 17.8 miles per gallon at 41.8 miles at 2 hours and 18 minutes of runtime. Now, like I said, that is mostly just sitting here killing that, because before it was at around 19 to 20, and before that, just actually driving for 30 or so miles in the city kind of area, I was around 20-21. So really, really good gas mileage on these guys. Like, if it's something that you care about and you're like, you want something that's good to commute and good to go on road trips and has enough room and is a great vehicle, like, I'm telling you guys, the V6, do not don't cash it out. I'm telling you, it is a good vehicle. Obviously, the 5.7 is gonna have a little bit more sound, more fun, that kind of stuff. But if you want something that's just a good little family vehicle, good daily, that looks nice and has a really nice interior and gets really good gas mileage, go for the 3.6, guys. I will tell you right now, if I was a salesperson, I would be selling you on this, because I had it in my previous Jeep. My mom has it in a 2-door Wrangler. My dad has it in a Gladiator Rubicon, and all of them drive fantastic, and they all have had no issues. Knock on wood, there's no freaking, hold on. knock on wood, there's no issues. So hopefully it continues to be that way. But this engine has been tried and true. It's been a long time running engine in these Grand Cherokees, and I'm very happy with it. Gas mileage is fantastic.
4 to 6 days later.
Now, who would I be if I didn't go ahead and put some more miles and get a little bit more of an accurate number for you for the miles per gallon? That's what we're going to talk about now, and I'm going to be honest, it's only got better, boys. It's only got better. Now, probably about 3 seconds ago, we talked about the gas mileage, and I said that it was, what, around 19, and I had been idling and recording the video. Guess what? We're still idling and recording the video in a different day, and you can see that average number is 20.4 miles per gallon. I know that probably looks like it's 20.4 miles per gallon average, but when I go into my trip, that's a whole different trip that's been going basically since before I purchased the vehicle. And even with that, we are looking at 19.5 on this trip. And I'm not sure what that average overall 20.4 miles per gallon. I'm assuming that's just the entirety of it. I don't know if there's anywhere else that I can find that. But in here, if we click on over, you guys can see 464 miles at 15 hours and 46 minutes on the engine with 21.1 miles per gallon. So there you go, 21.1 miles per gallon, which is absolutely fantastic if you ask me. I'm also gonna go ahead and say this little bar down here is my fuel, of course, and I filled it up all the way to the full mark. That was like $70 or so, and now we are only a little bit under, and I've put a lot of miles on it with still a range of 160, so roughly $70 every 2 weeks or so, and I've been driving like a madman all over the place. That's gonna get me a hour drive back tomorrow, some more driving on Friday, and then I'll probably put a little bit of gas in it, fill her up again, and go ahead on my way. But the gas mileage has been really, really great, and I'm not sure if there's an eco mode. I obviously haven't pressed the sport mode button too much, but I'm not sure if there is an eco mode. Maybe it's in here, maybe you guys know where that is. I'm not sure. I don't see anything in here that says eco, so I'm not 100% sure if there even is an eco mode on this. But I did want to update you and give you a little bit more information as far as things go, and act like it's been a little bit longer. The previous part was talking for that shorter trip and that shorter experience, but now that I've had even more time and more time on the trip, you guys can see we're killing it with gas mileage. So these V6 engines, they do work, and it's only improved since my 2018. Now, I don't think that there is any kind of mode in here for an eco mode, which is really strange to me, because normally there's like an eco button or an eco off or something, and I'm surprised that I don't see one anywhere. But yeah, if there is one, let me know, because I'm curious. I don't know if maybe I've just been driving in eco mode and that's why I'm getting such good numbers. I don't really know. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you got any information out of this or you enjoyed it, make sure you smash that like button. Of course, click the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. New videos coming every, I don't know when, but they're coming at least 2 videos a week. So make sure you subscribe to be notified when those go live. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.
I only got one life, I'm trying to live my shit. Minding my business as usual, I don't want nothing to do with the outside. How about the whip with a beautiful bitch? I've been too busy thinking about mine. Don't care what you be doing, I've been too busy thinking about mine. Back then shit was too bad, I was on the wrong path going too fast. Used to let the plug house holding too.